Hello, this is Mark here at Gary's Guitars in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, and I'm here to talk about selling your guitar. It's changed over the years. So I'm going to talk about how it was, how it is, and how it will be. What's the market like right now, and why? And let's get going with the idea of what it used to be, which is it used to be that if you bought something and you used it, when you were done using it, it was of little or no value to you, and therefore not valuable. You wouldn't appraise it as being valuable. So you would sell it in a yard sale. You would give it to someone. It wasn't this big proposition of everyone thinking that everything is a market. Enter the internet age, I guess, and eBay. And personally, I do still. I got big in eBay early on, buying and selling stuff. A lot of selling because it was, I could make money selling things on eBay. I could take something that looked like garbage. I could take a Crown PA head, and that was headed for the garbage because the one channel was blown. And I put it on eBay, and someone paid $65 for it. I don't know why. They were going to fix it or use it as parts to fix another one or something. I don't know. But it beats throwing it out. And so I got heavy into that too for a while. But it changed this idea, and then Reverb came around as a way for musicians to avoid eBay fees initially. Changed the idea that this is that when you're done using something, it's valuable still, and you should be able to get most of your money back or make some money selling it. And guitarists got really wrapped up in this, and there was a time when there was a shortage of used guitars. The pandemic time kind of thing. And so this kind of proved itself right for a little while. People were buying and selling things because it's fun and I can get my money back. Well, enter the used guitar apocalypse, which is upon us, meaning all those used guitars are now getting back into the used market. And there's not enough demand for them on one side of the demand curve, and then there's just not enough there's too many of them out there. So we enter into a part where everyone was expecting to get their money back, and now they're taking a haircut of 20%, 30%, which isn't even apocalyptic yet. Because it's a growing thing. But we're in a market where I'm just sometimes afraid to buy certain things used. Like Les Paul, Epiphone Les Pauls. I don't know. I think they're kind of overvalued. So, let's get into this, where we're at because of that. Like I said, people would, buy something like you buy a car and you drive it around for 5 to 10 years and then you're done with the car. You take it to the car dealership, you trade it in, and it's no longer of value to you because you want the other car instead. They send it to an auction or try to sell it themselves, make a little money, maybe. And it's a circle. But if you went to a car dealership and said, I bought this car for, $20,000 5 years ago, and now I want my $20,000 back, there would be laughter. So you can sell now. It's easier to sell on your own, especially this eBay and Reverb stuff. They make it even easier to list things. And then your Facebook Marketplace, where just take a picture, we'll let AI do the rest or something like that, And so you have like Facebook Marketplace is kind of eclipsed. Craigslist was kind of eclipsed classified ads. But this idea of selling the thing on your own to recapture the maximum amount of value you can out of this thing. And then you have guitar stores, and we take things in trade, and we buy guitars from people, and we'll want to do it at a margin which would be profitable later. So we would offer you, maybe we'd find a market value for the thing that you're selling, and we'd want to offer you 60% of that. And some people go, oh my God, 60%, you're not doing anything. But no one's getting rich in this business, so maybe that isn't so outrageous a margin. Now, there's consignments. This is the kind of the in-between. So there's kind of the cycle that we see in the thrifty seller, where they put it on Marketplace and Reverb, and no one's buying it, and they're like, not really selling. So I don't know what to do. There's usually like a little competition. If something has a flaw or something has a uniqueness that isn't a flaw, it sometimes becomes more difficult to value and sell on these things. So then they come to us and they say, "Do you sell on consignment?" Because they want to maximize, their take on that. And the answer is yes, but we don't sell everything on consignment for sure. We want to make sure consignment items are good selling. That they're going to sell. We make nothing if they don't sell. We risk nothing by putting them in the store, and that's what a lot of stores do. But we also make nothing if they don't sell. Actually, we lose a little money because it takes a place in the store, and everything in the store owes me rent money. And this isn't Gary's Guitar Storage. This is Gary's Guitars. And so we're cautious about that, and even more so now. But we find that the people who start with, "Can you consign this?" often it's just because they see a big value in this. They want to reclaim as much of the value that they can out of it, and they don't want to lose that value. Well, what's the other side of that? The other side is selling outright in a wholesale way, which has an advantage. And I'm not just saying that because we buy guitars, but I'm saying that because the advantage is a psychological advantage. It's not a money profit. It's a psychological profit, where you get the new thing right away. You get to take this thing out of your mind, and you don't have to worry about, how you're selling this thing. And if your business isn't selling stuff, then why change the nature of your business? Just get it out of your life. And that's kind of what wealthy people do. So there might be something to that as well. It's like a hoarder's mentality. If you get too much stuff, and I can be guilty of hoarding too sometimes, because I have a lot of stuff. I got all this stuff which I'm selling, but also, I have a recording studio and I have a musical instrument collection of my own that I play and enjoy, but it does become a bit much sometimes. And just, you also get haunted by this idea of, like, this thing's worth $1,000. I can't sell it for 500, 600. Because it's worth this much, and then you end up sitting on it too long, which is kind of where we go with the guitar apocalypse thing, which is people are like, well, I'll wait this out. And if you're going to wait this out, it may be years, I believe. That's kind of what I'm banking on. I'm kind of buying for 3 months from now. I'm being more cautious about what we buy. And I hear other stores are as well. People come in here. One time I bought something, someone, and they said, "Hey, oh yeah, I took it to this other store. They wouldn't even buy it." I'm like, oh, okay. Or I took it to Guitar Center. There was a time when Guitar Center was so overstocked with used gear, they weren't actually buying used gear for, I don't know, for a few months. We got an incredible line of people here trying to sell us used stuff. Guitar Center was like, "We have too many Strats. We don't need them." Now they're taking a different approach right now. They seem to be. And this is on the gossipy side, when people are like, "Why is Fender buying Reverb.com? And are they going to do something nefarious or something?" No, selling used guitars might be the future. Guitar Center is selling a lot of used gear because there's just a lot of guitars out there. And yes, they basically still work for generations. So, and people are less concerned having the untouched thing be there. And the old, they don't make them like they used to kind of thing. So the used guitar market is something, but there's still too much supply, and demand is decreasing. So we still have that thing. And when someone is well stocked on something, they don't have to make good offers. So maybe the Guitar Center is hoarding up some used gear for the future. I don't know. Maybe I should. I don't know. But that's the selling profile. You can sell it yourself. Personally, I don't care. I'm at peace with this idea of not using a middleman or retailer to resell something. There are, if you trade it, I love trades more than anything, because we get something out of the store, we get something into the store, and keep that inventory moving and changing, and we can be a little nicer on a trade. And we can, we can, make the price a little closer if we have to. So, there it is. Thanks for watching. Watch all the other videos here on YouTube, and find us on Instagram and Facebook and anywhere else you look for stuff. And I say watch all the other videos, and we'll see you soon.